To a company worth hundreds of billions of dollars, does anything under 6 digits even rate as chump change? On Monday, Washington State's Department of Labor and Industries cited Amazon for unsafe labor practices at one of its fulfillment centers related to the pace Amazon requires its workers to keep up. The department is calling it a willful serious violation because it has cited Amazon for similar violations at other plants 3 times before, so it says it's clear Amazon is aware of these issues. The punishment? Amazon has to submit a written abatement plan within 60 days, which means it has to tell the department how it will make changes to prevent injuries, and it has received a fine of 60,000 United States dollars total. What certainly seems like a laughable disparity between the size of the violator and the penalty amount highlights the lopsided power dynamic between big tech companies and the regulators of their industry, particularly when it comes to Amazon's treatment of its labor force. The levying and enforcement of significant penalties are an important part of safety enforcement, Kenneth Doe Schmidt, an Indiana University professor of labor and employment law, said. With a company as large and rich as Amazon, it's a legitimate worry whether the Department of Labor has the resources to successfully investigate and prosecute safety violations. For some context, Amazon is currently worth $300 United States dollars minus $400 United States dollars billion. That value fluctuates thanks to stock value. In 2018, its worth climbed to over $1 United States dollar trillion, but it's safe to say Amazon is worth hundreds of billions. So what is 60,000 United States dollars to, say, a 300 billion United States dollars corporation? Is a fine likely to have any impact when it is 0.0002% of a company's value? That's a number that rounds to zero several times over. $60,000 is not going to make any corporation, much less Amazon, change their practices. Louis Hyman, a labor relations, law, and history professor at Cornell University, said, "The real problem is that fines can just become costs." However, that 60,000 United States dollars is supposed to represent the enormous gravity of Amazon's repeated violations in the eyes of the state. Washington Department of Labor Representative Dina Lorraine explained that a number of factors go into calculating fines, including number of employees, safety history, how serious the violation is, etc. In fact, because the violation was a repeat offense, and because Amazon has said publicly they weren't willing to make changes to their pace and it was not the quick pace that was causing injuries to employees, Lorraine said, the department landed on the classification of willful serious violation. That classification allowed the department to levy 10 times the fine that would have applied to a lesser violation classified simply as serious. But the state seems to know the fight is far from over. Whether that dollar amount is enough motivation to get them to make changes is something we can't control, Lorraine said. We are in negotiations with them and hope we can come to an agreement to make changes that will protect their workers. Amazon is challenging the citation. We strongly disagree with L. Intend to appeal the citation. Given Amazon's stance and the financial coffers at its disposal, experts think settling is a likely outcome of most citations. But that's partly because labor laws have not kept pace with the ballooning size and influence of corporations. The Occupational Safety and Health Act, broadly known as OSHA, passed in 1970. There has not been much change to the statute in the last half-century, which puts the law out of step with the realities of the present. OSHA standards are largely based on 1970s technology and industrial safety practices developed well before the automated warehouses of Amazon, Doe Schmidt said. OSHA is definitely behind the times. With corporations outpacing the regulatory power of bureaucratic government institutions, fines become just something corporations factor into running their businesses. According to a database compiled by National Policy Resource Center Good Jobs First, Amazon has faced a total of 74 safety-related labor offenses, with fines of over 3.25 million United States dollars. The individual fines were between 5,000 United States dollars minus 30,000 United States dollars each. So in fact, the Washington fine of 60,000 United States dollars is significantly higher than usual. But you still don't see Amazon relaxing the productivity quotas it says don't exist, driving its factory injury rate that is nearly double the industry. The laws we have take too long to enforce, and even when they are enforced, they are just the cost of doing business, Hyman said. Amazon could get a $60,000 fine every day and it would still be in their interest to overwork employees.